Good morning, everyone. This is Marita from Spiritual Serenity. Welcome back to another reading, and thank you so much for your subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. So today we have the Divine Masculine first. So the Divine Masculine is really coming out of this stuck energy of feeling like they're not moving, and there was a lot of stuck emotions, so they were able to kind of come out of seeing things in extremes, and they're coming out of that feeling of being stuck and being able to express their emotions. It's like they were put in a situation where they had to learn to express their emotions instead of holding them inside, because it's very important that they express their needs. And this communication and speaking with people about what they need and how they feel, it brings them healing. It's kind of like there's a victory to them today about how they overcame this, because it's kind of like they really tried. They were going through this, like, should I do it, should I not, should I do it, should I not, to okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. And when they actually said it out loud, it made them feel better, because it helped the other person understand their perspective, their view on the situation. So that's it's kind of like a mini victory that they have achieved. So that is for today. They have. So yeah, it's all about opening up communication with others today. It's like really going forward with your beliefs, what you think are your values, instead of tuning into others. Like when we interact with others, we have to make sure that we really know who we are, what we are about, so that we don't get confused mixing up others' values and their emotions and feelings with ours. So it's important to understand and communicate, and that is really going within and coming to a balance from inside. So that's what's important today. It's like it's always obviously we have moments where we topple, but it's important to really center ourselves, like center yourself to come into that 0 point balance. That balance is what keeps you complete as a whole person, that makes you whole without needing the other people's energies or relying on other people. It's like really coming to an understanding of who you are, what you are about, and then sharing who you are with others. It's like it becomes an enriching experience when you interact with others. So like you are a whole unique person, and the other person is a whole unique person, and that interaction becomes more enriching for both individuals. They can learn from each other, they can grow, instead of one person feeding the energy and the other person taking the energy. So the communication is very important, taking on leadership roles and leadership status, and really taking control of your life. That's what the Divine Masculines are going through today. The Divine Feminines are really coming to this. They're working on their life of service, their dharma. Dharma is the higher purpose, their divine mission. They're really working on that, and they're really trying to push off the karma and really getting it down to the top priorities. So whatever they have named as the top priorities are what they are working on today and what they're offering their energy to. There's no more feeling of inadequate, or no more feeling heartbroken, no more pining over what's lost, or the third parties, the karmic relationships that the divine masculine has. It's really coming to this point where she knows what she's looking for, she knows what makes her complete, and she's coming into this place where she's not giving to everyone, but right now she's focusing on what she can improve, what can she do for herself. It's like a lot of self-care. Instead of having scattered energy taking care of others, she's understanding that she has to take care of herself first, because her cup must be full for her to be able to be content and be generous towards others. So that's what she's learning through the higher knowledge, wisdom, and she's really understanding and getting guidance on how to pursue what's important to her, especially her divine mission, because that brings her a lot of happiness. So all these things that she feels very fulfilled about, that makes her feel good, and that will help her come to a balance instead of being very scattered or sad, or like, oh, I'm doing this so much, and having all these expectations. She's understanding that, like, instead of expecting, just tune into the universe, the nature, Mother Earth, and really listen, and listen to what's happening, like really understanding and listening to what's actually happening than supposing or imagining or assuming. What are people trying to say to her, or like how are they expressing themselves as their own person, not a projection of the divine feminine's values, but what are the people really trying to say? Instead of seeking, oh, this person needs this, so I'm going to provide that for that person, like that healer mentality, the divine feminines are going within today to see what makes them feel complete and whole, so that they can make their cup full. And that's what's happening today, because it's important to take care of ourselves, so we're not completely giving to others. And when you're content, you're complete, and you're feeling really good, then you're able to be generous as you like. But it's very important to really tune in, and especially your body, to nature, to the rhythm of earth, which is a lot more slower than what we're used to. So really tuning into these energies helps us to put ourselves into that rhythms of nature, of the universe, lunar cycles, all these things, So yeah, like getting like the validation, hearing all these good things makes us feel good, but at the same time understand that validation at the end is not the same thing as your own validation, your own feeling of self-worthiness, and just basically be your own judge, but don't judge yourself too harshly. Just see the reality for what it is. If you need something, express your need and do that for yourself. That's what you're called to do today. So yeah, that's the reading for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and please subscribe, like, share. And I will see you on the next day that I do a reading.